Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Would you please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. No more cigars for that little guy. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Here.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Here.
Councilman Dooley.
Here.
Councilman Marcocha.
Here.
Supervisor Calavita.
Here. Okay, if the board will indulge me, we're going to move past opportunities to address the board on agenda items and move to appointments and designations. And the first we have on the calendar is the, excuse me, hang on for a second, is the probationary appointment of Police Officer Stephen DeLegge to the position of Police Sergeant. Police Officer DeLegge has been on the force since August of 2010. He will be assigned to the Patrol Division. His assignment will be effective on May 20th, 2022. The salary rate will be $135,468 with holiday pay of $68.30 and longevity pay of $2,000. Police Officer DeLegge name appears on the eligible list 78-655, established September 17, 2019. As provided in the Westchester County Civil Service Rules, it is necessary for him to serve a probationary period of a minimum of 12 weeks to a maximum of 52 weeks, and funds have been provided in the 2022 budget. Would someone care to make a motion to appoint Police Officer Steve DeLegge to the position of Police Sergeant?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Congratulations, Steve. He talks enough at the DARE graduations, so he's declining to comment. Thank you. You're going to go far. Next, at the request of the Chief of Police, he is respectfully requesting the probationary appointment of Police Officer Timothy Bonsi to the position of Police Sergeant. Police Officer Bonsi has been in the force since August of 2014. He will also be assigned to the Patrol Division, and his assignment will be effective May 20th, 2022. The annual salary rate of $135,468, holiday pay $68.30, and longevity $1,500. Police Officer Bonsi's name appears on the eligible list 78-655, established September 17, 2019. As provided for in the Westchester County Civil Service Rules, it is necessary for him to serve a probationary period of a minimum of 12 weeks to a maximum of 52 weeks. Funds have been provided for in the 2022 budget. Someone care to make a motion on the appointment of Police Officer Bonsi to the position of Police Sergeant?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Congratulations. A lot of milestones. Just got married, and I got promotion and everything. Steve's got a whole bunch of kids now, you know. Thank you, Michelle. Moving on. Now we have our appointments for a position of Detective Sergeant. At the request of the Chief of Police, I hereby request the assignment of Sergeant George Lage of Scarsdale, New York, Eastchester, to the position of Detective Sergeant. Sergeant Lage has been with the department since 2005. This assignment will be effective starting May 20th, 2022, at the annual salary of $141,731, holiday pay of $71,46, and longevity pay of $4,500. Funds have been provided in this 2022 budget. Someone care to make a motion to assign Sergeant Lage to the position of Detective Sergeant?
So moved.
Thank you. I'll second same. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Congratulations. I know you're going to do an excellent job. And I also want to recognize Matt Kiernan. Is Matt Kiernan here? There he is. Matt is retiring now after 39 years on the job, and he was the head of the detective division, and he will be sorely missed. He's done an excellent job as a police officer in the town of Eastchester, and George, you have some big shoes to fill. So thank you, Matt, for your service to the town. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to let that out of the bag, but it's televised.
A little late now.
Oh, well, sorry, Matt. Okay, now moving on. We have our appointments for police lieutenant. At the request of the chief of police, he is respectfully requesting the permanent probationary appointment of Sergeant Lisa Graff to the position of police lieutenant effective May 20th, 2022. Sergeant Graff has been with the town of Eastchester's Police Department since 1999 as a police officer and promoted to sergeant in 2013. The annual salary would be $169.23, holiday pay of $10,822, and longevity pay of $5,500. Sergeant Graff's name appears on the eligible list 73-569, established March 10, 2020. As provided in the Westchester County Civil Service rules, it is necessary for her to serve a probationary period of a minimum of 12 weeks to a maximum of 52 weeks. Funds have been provided for in the 2022 budget. So I'll make the motion to appoint Sergeant Lisa Graff to the position of police lieutenant and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Markosha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Congratulations, Lisa. That's good. That's a good thing. Okay. Next, we have an appointment to police lieutenant. And again, once again, at the request of the chief of police, he's respectfully requesting the contingent permanent probationary appointment of Sergeant George Castellano to the position of police lieutenant effective May 20th, 2022. Sergeant Castellano has been with the town of Eastchester's Police Department since 2010 as a police officer and promoted to sergeant in 2017. His annual salary would be $169.23, holiday pay of $10,822, longevity of $2,000. Sergeant Castellano's name appears on the eligible list 73-569, established on March 10, 2020. As provided in the Westchester County Civil Service rules, it is necessary for him to serve a probationary period of a minimum of 12 weeks to a maximum of 52 weeks, and funds have been provided for in the 2022 budget. Would someone care to make a motion to appoint Sergeant George Castellano to the position of police lieutenant?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Markosha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Congratulations, George. Yeah, it's funny how life is. You know, I kind of moved out of those days, and now I got grandchildren in the house, and it's all back again, you know. Just not changing any diapers, thank God, yeah. Okay. This is another appointment for executive lieutenant. The chief of police has assigned Lieutenant Rich Rosenberg to the position of executive lieutenant in the police department effective May 20th, 2022. This assignment is designated as the executive officer of the department at the annualized rate of $166,785, while Lieutenant Rosenberg is in the assignment. The executive lieutenant is responsible for commanding the police department in the absence of the chief of police and has many other additional duties. Lieutenant Rosenberg has been a member of the police department for over 18 years and was promoted to lieutenant on June 22nd, 2018. He will be replacing Lieutenant Rodriguez, who is being promoted to chief in a few moments. So I would move for the assignment of Lieutenant Richard Rosenberg as executive lieutenant effective May 20th, 2022. Someone can make a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Markosha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Congratulations, Rich. should note that the former XO, Bob Jensen, is here. Thank you, XO Jensen, for being here as well. Did a great job, too. Okay, next, what we're all here for is the personnel appointment in the police department for the position of police chief. And the police chief, present chief, is requesting the probationary appointment of Lieutenant Joseph Rodriguez to the position of police chief effective May 20th, 2022. Lieutenant Rodriguez is a 20-year veteran of the department. He has worked as patrol officer, sergeant, lieutenant, and executive lieutenant. His dedication to his work and professionalism make him the ideal person to assume the duties of police chief at this time. Lieutenant Rodriguez's name appears on the eligible list 71-399, established on July 30th, 2021. As provided in the Westchester County Civil Service rules, it is necessary for him to serve a probationary period of a minimum of 12 weeks to a maximum of 52 weeks. The funds have been provided for in the 2022 budget. So I will make the motion to approve the probationary appointment of Lieutenant Joseph Rodriguez to the position of police chief effective May 20th, 2022, and ask for a second, please.
Second?
Second.
Do we have a unanimous second?
Second.
Yes, we do. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Congratulations, Joe. We need a voluntary Bible holder. All right, inasmuch as he's moving from the lieutenant's union to the position of management outside the union, I will swear him in at this time. Would you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I, Joseph Rodriguez,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the laws of the town of Eastchester,
and the laws of the town of Eastchester,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
as police chief of the town of Eastchester
as police chief of the town of Eastchester
to the best of my abilities,
to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Yeah, sure. That's right. Talk right there, Joe. Just face the crowd.
Thank everybody for coming.
Hold up for a second. Yeah.
You hear me? Like Reverend Maiello said Saturday, I'll keep it short. First, I'd like to thank my family who's here tonight, my parents, my extended family for all your constant support. I'd like to thank Supervisor Calavita and members of the town board for this opportunity, as well as placing their trust in me. I would also like to thank them for their support of the department. Over the past 4 years, law enforcement officers across the nation have faced tremendous challenges. We're fortunate to have your constant support to our department during these tumultuous and unprecedented times. I would like to thank Chief Bonsi for his support and leadership over the years, as well as during this transition period. I would also like to congratulate him on his upcoming retirement after 41 years of service to the department. I'd also like to thank Town Comptroller Dawn Donovan. I've worked closely with Dawn over the past few years on numerous projects and issues, and her assistance and guidance is very much appreciated, and I know we will continue that partnership going forward. Thank you to the members of other police departments within the county who have reached out to offer their congratulations and support. I'd like to thank the members of the Tuckahoe and Bronxville Police Departments, Chief John Costanzo and Chief Chris Satrial, who promised to provide any guidance that I'm sure I will need in these coming months. I'd like to recognize the other emergency services from the town, the Eastchester Fire Department, as well as EVAC. Along with it being Police Week this week, it is also EMS Appreciation Week, and the members of EVAC deserve to be recognized for the work they do year-round. We truly have a great partnership with them, and I hope to continue that going forward. EVAC, for me, is where it started 24 years ago when I got into the emergency services. Everyone who is being promoted tonight, congratulations on a well-deserved promotion. You each bring a unique skill set to your new position, and keep up the good work. To all the families here tonight and to the families of all our officers, thank you. Thank you for allowing your family members to serve the department and the town. It has not always easy being married to or related to a police officer, but your support goes a long way. Lastly, to the members of the department, thank you for choosing to do what you do and to serve others. Even though we may not always agree on everything, we all agreed to make this our career, which in itself is an admirable and honorable act. It is National Police Week, and I take this time to remember all the fallen officers who made the ultimate sacrifice, particularly our own police officer Michael Frey and Joseph DePippo. May St. Michael watch over all of us.
Thank you, Chief. While we are assembled here, I just wanted to bring everyone's attention to the retiring Chief Bonsi. Tim, as you may not know, started on June 29th, 1981. I was barely out of high school back then. And he became a sergeant on August 21st, 1987. He became a lieutenant on January 14th, 1994, captain on November 5th, 2004. And he became chief on October 29th, 2005. And I can tell you, you have to work very closely with the chief, as I will with Chief Rodriguez. And he has had the best interest of the people of Eastchester at heart since moment one he became a police chief. He's been a pleasure to work with. He's a gentleman. He worked extremely hard for the people of Eastchester, and it's been my honor to serve with him as supervisor and police chief. So thank you very much, Chief Bonsi. Apparently, on June 8th, there's a retirement party where I think there'll be some more roastful comments made that are certainly inappropriate for this venue. However, I would like to ask the chief to address the body that's here today. Thank you, Chief.
You notice the new chief isn't wearing glasses, but the retiring one definitely needs them. The first thing I'd like to say is that the thing I'm going to miss most about Chief is attending town board meetings. But I'd be lying, wouldn't I? Yeah. So in all seriousness, I want to be brief. Tonight's really about the future of the department, not about me. I want to say congratulations to all the members of the department that were promoted. They really represent the future cornerstones of the department, and they'll need to set an example and carry themselves in a manner that reflects leadership and professionalism. I'd especially like to congratulate Joe Rodriguez on his promotion to chief. When I advised the supervisor of my plan to retire, one of the first questions he had asked me is, who I thought should replace me, and we had a long discussion, at that time. And when the town board concluded the interviews and they made their decision, I spoke to the supervisor and Dawn Donovan, and one of the first things that the supervisor said is that I should feel really good about leaving the department in Joe's hands, and I couldn't agree with him more. Joe's articulate, smart. He's done a great job commanding the patrol division over the past 3 years. He's gained the experience in the administration of the department and done a lot. I wish Joe the very best of luck, and I know he is aware of the awesome responsibility that the position, the new position you have, what comes along with it. On a personal note, I'd like to thank the supervisor for your confidence in me 17 years ago and for your consistent support for both me and the department and the town board as well. I've been through a lot of issues with the town board, interviews, everything, and always been professional and great. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve as the chief, and I was always aware of that responsibility of leading the department. I was here, as Joe said, when Michael Frey was killed, and I always took it, as a number one thing to make sure that I made sure that the men were safe and that I really cared about them. I always cared about the department and always tried to make it better. I really especially want to thank the men and women of the Eastchester Police Department for their professional dedication, which makes the department what it is. A chief is only as good as your men and women, and I think we have a great department because of the men and women from the Eastchester Police Department. I'd also like to thank all the members of the public that have always supported me personally and supported the department, and I asked them to make sure that they continue that support. People that were friends to me and loyal to me and did things for the department, that knew me personally, I hope that they'll do the same for Joe Rodriguez. And I just want to say thank you to the town board, to the town, to everybody that's been in my corner for 17 years. Thank you.
Earlier, Chief Costanza and Chief Satriali were here. I know John wanted to say a couple of words. Come on up. It's no problem.
Good evening, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, members of the Eastchester Police Department and public. Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. Before I get started, I just want the record to reflect that Chief Satriali tried to trip me on the way up.
He's the Dallas fan, the Cowboys fan. What do you want?
This is a very proud night for the Eastchester Police Department. I want to congratulate Chief Joe Rodriguez. He's earned the respect and admiration of the members of the police department as well as his surrounding police departments. He's leading a very talented and dedicated group of men and women, and I want to wish him and all of those promoted tonight much luck and success in their careers. I know you're all going to do a great job, so congratulations. To my good friend, Tim Bonsi. I've known Tim Bonsi since junior high school, or middle school as they call it today. Our careers mirrored each other as we first got on the job together. I was always seemed to be one step behind you. I'll be one step behind you in retirement as well. But it's been such a privilege to work alongside Tim Bonsi. Going back from when we were patrolmen, going answering calls, bar fights, crimes in progress, you could always count on Tim. As we moved up in supervisory roles, we leaned on each other. We were started the ERU team together back in the day, and organizing it, getting the training together. Again, because Tim's number one priority was the safety of the men and women of his department. I think if I had to think of one day in particular that encapsulates what I feel about Tim Bonsi was on September 11th in 2001. Tim and I were lieutenants at the time, leading a team of Eastchester and Tuckahoe officers down to the staging area at Chelsea Pier. And I'll never forget the sight, driving down the West Side Highway, seeing tens of thousands of people, some covered with soot from the collapse of the building, walking home to Westchester. It was an incredible sight, and there was so much chaos and confusion that day. We didn't really know what was in store for us. We didn't know if we were going down to the pit on a rescue operation. We didn't know if we were going to deal with armed people at some of the landmarks. There was talk of civil unrest and guarding supermarkets and things like that. So much uncertainty and chaos that day, but the one thing that I was certain of is that there was no one else I wanted to be with on that day, and that was Tim Bonsi. So that's our career in a nutshell. To Tim, to Kara, best of luck in your retirement. I wish you nothing but all good. Thank you so much.
Very well said, Chief. And I'll speak for the board when I say that we are extremely proud of the Eastchester Police Department and the men and women that comprise that department. We couldn't be prouder than we are of you and this department as it currently is configured. And I will tell you, as I said on Saturday, no, without any equivocation and without any reservation whatsoever, we 100% support the Eastchester Police Department and every man and woman that serves the people of Eastchester. So thank you very much. Not everybody feels that way, but we do. So, at this point, unless you want to sit through 2 hours of town agenda, we'll take a 2-minute recess. You guys can head out and enjoy your evening while we slug it out here with everybody. Although, you know what? Yeah, could the people that got promoted just get one picture in front here? Okay, we're back from our brief adjournment to let the room clear out, and it did very effectively. So that moves us to approval of the minutes of the May 3rd, 2022 Town Board meeting. Any modifications or amendments?
No.
There being none, someone can make a motion to approve same.
So moved.
Second?
Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next, we have the Police Department report, which you can receive and file. Then we have the Law Department report.
Yes,
Disco?
Mr. Supervisor, Law Department report, there is a resolution authorizing the settlement of claim by Joseph Gizzo against the town of Eastchester in the amount of $2,466.43 for damages sustained to Mr. Gizzo's vehicle on January 5th, 2022.
All right, I'll move that. Ask for a second, please.
Second?
Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye.
Item number 2, there is a resolution authorizing the approval of an application for an event permit submitted by the American Cancer Society for a Relay for Life of Eastchester to be held on Saturday, May 21st, 2022, and the particulars of the application are attached to the report.
Sure. I would just make a brief comment. I urge everyone to support Relay for Life. It's a lot of fun. It's a great event. It happens up at Lake Isle. One year, we had a team in there. We raised about $25,000, and it was money well spent and donated for a good cause. So I urge anyone to participate. You can go on their website and support a team. It might be a little bit too late to create a team, but you certainly could support a team with a contribution. So that being said, I'll make the motion to approve this, and I would also, in my motion, move that we waive the permit fee. Someone care to second that?
Second.
Okay, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Okay, next we have our receiver of taxes report for the month of April. We can receive and file same. Over to correspondence. We have a memorandum from the controller on part-time and seasonal employees. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Now, a lot of these positions are recreation attendants, counselors and all. If you know anyone that is a certified lifeguard and they're looking for some work over the summer, we'd be more than happy to have them because there seems to be a bit of a shortage of lifeguards out there. And we certainly could use them. And, we urge anyone that knows a lifeguard, has a lifeguard in the family, come see us. We'll make sure they're gainfully employed. Next, we have a memorandum from the Superintendent of Recreation regarding the award of the 2022 bus service bid contract for the camps. And the recommendation is that the said bid contract be awarded to County Coach of 30 Nursery Lane, Rye, New York, for the coach buses in the amount of $20,700, and Royal Coach Lines, Inc., of 1010 Nepperhan Ave in Yonkers for the school buses in the amount of $89,900. They were the low bidders. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
All right, I'll second same. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte.
Aye.
Councilman Dooley.
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha.
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita.
Aye. Next, we have our miscellaneous business. There being none, we move to council member reports. Councilman Marcocha.
Thank you, Supervisor. I just want to take the opportunity to congratulate Chief Tim Bonsi on his retirement. It's not easy. It's not an easy job, but he did it really well, and we appreciate all of his dedication throughout the years. I also want to congratulate Lieutenant Matt Kiernan, who is also retiring, and he had a long, distinguished career here as well. So we thank him for his service as well. And I also want to congratulate Chief Rodriguez for just being appointed the new chief. I know that with his work, his past work and dedication to this town and to his department, that he's going to be a fine chief, and he's going to excel at his role in that position. So we look forward to some great accomplishments. And I want to thank everyone else on the police force, including those that were promoted tonight, because they really do an excellent job every day of the week for us. And they're so essential, and they're such a great group, and I'm very proud of each and every one of them. And I thank them for all that they do. I also want to just give you a brief report on Lake Isle. The membership drive is going very, very well. And I think this weekend is going to be really, really busy. So anyone that hasn't already signed up might want to head over. And because I think come Saturday, Sunday, with the weather heating up and the pool just about ready to open, we're going to start having lines to register. So anyone that hasn't already registered, please go, make your way over to Lake Isle and do that. You can also do it online. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Dooley.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. As mentioned earlier, this is Police Week, and last weekend I was fortunate enough to attend the Eastchester Police Department and the Tuckahoe Police Department Remembrance Memorials and Award Ceremonies. They both did a great job, an outstanding job, recognizing the deceased officers as well as the, recognizing existing officers. So congratulations to all those awards. And I'd also like to congratulate all the appointments tonight. And, just a great crew, and there are a lot of great candidates for all these positions. So we have a great slate going forward with this police department, and we look forward to working with them. Also like to congratulate Tim Bonsi and Matt Kieran for their retirements. Enjoy, we're all jealous. And finally, I'd like to, congratulate all the college graduates. This is the season for graduation, so congratulations for all your hard work there. Thank you, Mr. Supervisor.
Councilwoman Nicholson.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everyone. Just to piggyback on the big event that's coming up this weekend, the kickoff will be at Lake Isle Driving Range at 5 p.m. with the opening ceremony. It will run until 10 p.m. All are welcome. You got to, check it out. I've been there. This will be it's the 14th year, and I've been there for each of the years participating with Relay for Life. It's a wonderful event, very moving. After the opening ceremony, they're going to have a survivor and caregiver first lap, and then there'll be and there's still time to sign up for that, and you could just go to Relay for Life and look for the event at Eastchester. And you could definitely participate, buying a luminary, join in for the, so if you're a survivor and your caregiver would like to come and join for dinner that evening, so come one, come all. Another event that's happening next week is the Eastchester Care Coalition will have their 6th annual, I believe, candlelight vigil starting at 7:30 at the gazebo across here from the town hall. All are welcome. It's another very moving evening, helping those in need, and people coming, sharing their own personal testimonies. And last thing, a big congratulations to those that were here on their promotions, and congrats to Tim and Matt Kiernan on their retirement. Best wishes to everyone, and that is all I have.
Thank you. Councilwoman Marcotte.
Thank you, Supervisor. On the recreation front, I just wanted to announce that the the camps are still hiring summer camp counselors, and the positions are for Camp Galaxy, which is the full-day camp, and the camp runs from June 27th to August 5th, and the camp takes place at Ann Hutch and Greenville schools. Additional information is on the website at eastchester.org, and the traditional summer camp registration is closed, but there are still spaces available for the week-long half-day camp programs. Bronxville Sports and Science, Bronco Hoops, and Little Eagle Wrestling all have spaces available. And so the information for all of that, if you're interested, there's still time to get spaces, is on the website at eastchester.org. I also want to mention two save the dates for the Eastchester Historical Society. On Sunday, September 25th, they are having the annual town yard sale. That will be held from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Eastchester Library parking lot. Anyone is welcome, any vendors. It doesn't have to just be, yard sale items or cleaning out your garage. Spaces are $45, and we welcome anybody and everyone. It's for a good cause. And I, too, join my colleagues up here in congratulating all the men and women of the police department. We thank you for your service, especially during Police Week and the ceremonies that we all attended this past weekend. We are honored to have them, and we pray to St. Michael that he keep them safe always. It's a dangerous job. I congratulate Chief Bonsi and, of course, Matt Kiernan for their many years of dedication and service, and the new Chief Rodriguez, and all the appointments and promotions tonight. Thank you again, and we wish you the best of luck. And lastly, I would just congratulate the Eastchester Fire Department, who on Friday night, I think they celebrated 13 members that retired. So from Eastchester's finest to Eastchester's bravest, and we congratulate them and we thank them for their service. That concludes my report, Supervisor.
Thank you. My own report, and as much as a lot of this has been covered already, I just wanted to thank Vantage. Vantage is a company that the town retained to bypass buying our fuel and gas from Con Ed. So we buy separately from them, and we are locked in at a 0.5123 cent charge per therm. Presently, the market is trading at 1.05 cents per therm. So we are less than half of what the market is trading for right now because we had the foresight to go with Vantage and lock in. And I would certainly recommend that the school districts and the village boards and perhaps the fire department do the same thing and look into this, because our fuel bill for natural gas would be twice what it is. And in a big building like this, with all the other buildings that are related to the town, including Lake Isle and the Trizano Center, we use a lot of fuel. So I want to thank them for that. Also, we'll be coming together probably in the next meeting or maybe the meeting after with a proposal for the Leawood Park. We have to retain an engineer, and they're preparing a plan. They want to kind of make public what our intention is to do there and approve the funding and all that's going on for that project. So with that being said, I'll conclude my report, and that moves us to the second opportunity to address the board. All right, there being no one, we can make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.